And we can talk now. I think we can go to my guy Xavier Weaver, and with him running, it was reported a 4.42, but then I saw it was a 4.47 officially. I think so. Whichever one it was, he ran that 4.4, which was right in that wheelhouse. What wide receiver need to run? What did you think about everything else? Also, I would like to say that it was great to see the team out there supporting him also. And I think he kind of fed off that energy. One reporter asked him why Shador didn't throw to him. Uh, I think a lot of people were asking that, but then you think about it. Yeah, that's a good idea to not have that happen. So, what is your take on these things?
It was Zay Weaver Day. It wasn't Shador Sanders Day, right? So I think
Exactly.
it was good that the focus was on him, and he did everything he needed to do yesterday to get drafted. And I'll be honest, I wasn't quite sure what his draft prospects were, especially at the receiver position. It's a deep position this year. It's always such a difficult position to make it in the league because there are so many talented guys that come out every year. But you factor in, okay, Zay Weaver almost had 1,000 yards this past season. Might have had 1,000 yards had he been able to play in the last game against Utah, and he was doing that with a shoulder injury. He
Right.
rehabs that. He runs it. Yeah, I think 4.42, somewhere between 4.42 and 4.47. Um, as he joked with the reporters yesterday, that I think that's going to get him paid because that's the number you needed for him. And I wasn't quite sure. He's a guy as a receiver that doesn't have a whole lot of wasted motion. And that's one of the things I love about him is that he's such a consistent, efficient route runner that I didn't know. Is this a Jerry Rice situation where he's a 4.6 guy, but just plays with football speed? Well, he showed yesterday that, yeah, I'm a really reliable receiver, but I also do bring that 37-inch vertical, which would have tested really highly at the NFL Combine. I ran in the 4.4s, which again tests really well. So now all of a sudden, Chico, I think this is somebody that should definitely get drafted in April later this month. I feel like he put enough on tape, especially playing with a shoulder injury and with those testing numbers. He deserves a shot to get drafted.
I think so too. Those mid round, I said on the live the other day, if he can go uh, at the end of the second round on down to like the fourth round, I think that's good space for him to get a good fit on the team because I think it's all about fit also and where you go and with him being compared to Chad Ochocinco or Bobby Anderson with his slim frame, um, I wouldn't be mad at those comparisons. Those are longtime veterans. Chad is a great, so I wouldn't be mad at those comparisons at all. But I think Zay Weaver can definitely be a productive wide receiver on the NFL level with his skill set and what he can do. And like you say, he was that close to getting that 1,000 yards had he been healthy. But I was so happy to see him come out there, run that 4.4, put money in his pocket, as he said, and just solidify himself as a true college wide receiver who's deserving to get drafted in the NFL coming up.
And he's one of those guys too. If Colorado has the success that they expect to have this season, that I think we all need to pause and take a moment to look back to the 2023 season and the Jordan Dominics and the Zay Weavers and the guys that were part of kind of a tough transition year for Colorado football because you were having to basically clean house and build the program up from scratch. And so
Yeah.
and it would be great to see him get that reward too, right on the other end of taking that chance to join the Buffaloes. But one of those guys that definitely should be revered when Colorado fans think back on what he did in the black and gold.
Yeah, shouts out to all those guys who participated in Pro Day a couple weeks ago. Jordan Dominic and D Mac, I've seen. Shout out to Rod Ward also. I think been invited to multiple Pro Day workouts with NFL teams. So good luck to those guys. Anybody I missed, sorry about that, but I know definitely JD, D Mac, Taj Austin, Rod Ward, and a few other ones out there will get a chance to perform. So we're looking forward to that.